When we're identifying someone's development needs, we often tend to focus on their weaknesses rather than on their strengths. It might seem the logical thing to do, but it doesn't always get the results we want.
People, when they're working on their weaknesses, it's very unlikely those will turn into key strengths for them. If they work really hard at them, maybe they get just about okay at them. But is that what you want in terms of performance, average performance? Usually it isn't. Usually we're looking for how do we get the best out of people. And you're going to do that by starting with strengths.
Focusing on what someone's good at can help boost their confidence and self-esteem, making them much more engaged with their development goals, and meaning there's a far greater chance of them making real progress.
Starting with what people already do well gives them every opportunity to really move on to the next level, to fly in terms of their own development, and actually to help your business really make progress. So a strengths-based approach, rather than one which tends to focus on weaknesses, is about thinking about what are people capable of, what energizes them, and also what are they already using in terms of those strengths, and how do we encourage them to use those strengths more frequently and in different ways.
Research shows that people who use their strengths are happier and more confident, have higher levels of energy, experience less stress, are more resilient, and perform better overall.
So it's important to think about development needs, and it's important to consider that strengths are development needs. And that's a bit of a switch. A lot of managers don't think in that way. When they think about development needs, including their own, they naturally think about weaknesses.
Your objective was to concentrate more on results rather than getting bogged down in processes.
Well, we've just introduced this new IT system, as you know, so I've had to spend quite a bit of time working out new processes, reconfiguring workflows and that sort of thing.
So you're saying again that results hasn't really been your main focus?
I'm not really sure what you mean. Getting the processes right is part and parcel of delivering results, isn't it?
So I'm thinking completing customer orders quickly, delivering on the customer service side, that sort of thing. Getting results. So it's still an area for development then, would you say?
I don't know, I suppose so.
If we think about this first conversation with Paul and Kate, Paul is almost straight into what's wrong. You know, what is it we need to fix? What's not going well? I need to tackle this with Kate. And he's probably a bit frustrated because no doubt he feels he's been round this in this way before, or he's covered this in the past, and he's just not making any progress.
One of your performance objectives from last time was to do more to support the team's professional development. Mm-hmm. You've had a new starter recently, haven't you?
That's right, Colin. He joined us in March.
Yeah, I had a chat with him last week. Sounds like he's twiddling his thumbs a lot of the time. You don't seem to be giving him any proper training or hands-on experience. What's going on?
We've all been under quite a lot of pressure to get this new system up and running. It's been a very busy few months. There just hasn't been that much time to sit down with him, but I will when things calm down.
But isn't this the ideal time to delegate some tasks to him when you're all under pressure like this, no?
There's just not been that much I felt I could give him to do, to be honest. I've been sitting down with him when I can, and he's been shadowing Annie.
This is something that keeps coming up, isn't it? Kate, as team leader, a big part of your role is to support the team's professional development. You should be looking out for opportunities for them to get experience, learn new skills, understand the different sides of the business. Do you know what I mean?
I try and support the development, Paul. I really do. I'm always happy for them to do any courses they want.
So, developing the team. Still a work in progress, I think.
Now, what we see from Kate then, not surprisingly, is quite a defensive reaction right from the outset, where she feels she has to explain some of the issues that's been raised. So she almost makes excuses, or she tries to justify why things haven't improved. And that's because she's just not comfortable to talk openly about what the issues are. She feels under attack. And as a result of that, she's beginning to defend herself. And this conversation might be one that's happened many times. And the fact that that's often true should tell us that we're making no progress here. So clearly we need a different approach.